Hello, I'm Cheryl and welcome to my sewing room. In lesson number 1 of Machine Applique, I demonstrated how to work with your fusible webbing. And in lesson 2, I demonstrated how to create your own flower design. So if you're not familiar with Machine Applique at all, watch those 2 videos first. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to create a different type of leaf design, and then I'm going to explain how to layer your pieces and the order in which you would do your decorative stitching so that the design will come out correctly. Okay, so let's take a look at the block that I'm going to work with today. This is really cute. Now in lesson 2, I showed you how you can create this kind of flower. Remember, you can use any type of flower you want in here, but if you want to know how to make this one, watch lesson 2. Also in lesson 2, I showed you how to make really simple leaves. Nothing spectacular about them. It's just something really simple to get you started. But if you'll notice in this leaf, I've got 2 different fabrics in it. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. And then if you'll notice, things are layered in a specific order. So I'll go over that too. I'm also at the very end will show you how to create this border and how to square this block up really quick. Okay? Alright, so let me let's show you these instructions here. So if you have a cell phone close by, put this video on pause and take a quick snapshot of this. This is page 1. And then this is page 2, and then page 3. Okay? Now, you're going to need to cut 1 square of your background fabric, and then 2 squares of your border fabric. 2 of those. Okay, so make sure you have that. Now, let me show you how to make that leaf. You're going to take 2 strips. Now my strips are 1 1/4 inches wide. Make your strips as long as it will that you need in order to make a number of leaves you want. I chose 2 different greens. Stitch them together, and you want to make a really narrow seam. No more than 1/8 of an inch. If you can go even go at less than 1/8 of an inch, that's even better. Go really narrow. Then press it on this side, and then press your seam open. Very important you press this seam open. Then take that leaf that you've just drawn on your fusible webbing paper. Okay? If you don't know what fusible webbing is, watch Machine Applique lesson 1, and that will show you how to do this. So you've just drawn a leaf on the fusible webbing. Then take that piece and place it on the back side of your strip and place the point of the leaf right on the seam. Then cut your leaf out. Finger press it down real good. Then cut your leaf out. And that's how you make those leaves. All right, now I'm going to show you how to place your flower and how to layer it. Okay, now I'm just using my paper templates, and if you don't know how to do the paper templates, watch Machine Applique lesson 2. I show you how to make these templates. I usually start with the flower petal first. I place it down, and you're going to place it up in this corner. And see this little dip in there, this little point? You're going to have it going right towards this corner, and then this little dip going towards the opposite corner. Then take your stem. Now, by the way, this flower is a 4-inch diameter flower. My stem is 4 inches by 1/2 inch wide. 4 inches long, 1/2 inch wide. You're going to take one end of the stem and place it right underneath the flower petal. Now remember, don't finger press anything down. Just lay it down. Don't press it. If you're having trouble sticking this stem underneath, just take a pair of tweezers to lift up your flower petal fabric, and then place one end underneath just a little, and then have the opposite end pointing towards this corner. So this is what it should look like right now. Then take one of your leaves and you're going to place it behind the stem. so that it looks like it's growing out from behind the stem. Again, if you have problems getting your stem lifted, use a pair of tweezers, okay? Then take your other leaf and you're going to place this one on top, okay? So that it looks like it's growing out from the front of the stem. And then don't forget the all-important circle for the center of the flower. Now, once you've got it laid out the way you like it, then finger press it really good, okay? And then when you're done, it's going to look like this, okay? Now, you're going to take your damp, wet cloth, place it on top, and do your final fusing with a hot cotton iron. Read the directions on the package of your fusible webbing. Mine says 15 seconds to hold the iron down, but always follow what your package says, okay? I usually let my block cool off a little bit before I do my decorative stitching. Now, the decorative stitching, you're going to start in the center of the leaf. And let me show you on my original one here. In the center of the leaf, I have yellow stitching. It's a straight stitch. Now mine, though, is a decorative stitch that was on my machine, and it goes back and forth, so it shows up more. If you don't have that feature, just go maybe across it 2 times to make that yellow stitch stand out, okay? Do that on both leaves first. Then your next step would be to do your satin stitch around this outer edge of this leaf, the leaf that's underneath the stem. Do this one first. Start right against the stem, go all the way around, and stop right against the stem, like I did here, okay? Then you're going to go to the stem, because the stem is underneath this leaf, so you want to do the stem next. So stitch along, stop at the leaf, pick up, start again on the other side of the leaf, go all the way around and stitch on top of this leaf, like this. See? I'm stitching on top of this leaf, but not that one. And then you're going to do your next satin stitch, and I'm using a small satin stitch, go all the way around the leaf. Now if you'll notice, I used a lighter green on the leaves and a darker green on the stem, okay? But you can use whatever colors you want. Remember, it's your flower. Then the next one that I did was around the petals, and I used a medium-sized satin stitch, and then finally around the circle, again, a medium-sized satin stitch, okay? All right, now let me show you how to do this nice little border. Really easy, fun to do. So take your 2 border squares, remember they were 8.5-inch squares, and you're going to take your ruler and place it on opposite corners, okay? Get it lined up, and then cut your square in half. Cut both squares. So you're going to wind up with 4 triangles like this, okay? So take your background fabric, your flower block. Pretend there's a flower on here, okay? And you're going to take 1 triangle and place it on one side. You will have a tail, an overhang of fabric. Don't worry about that. Don't cut it off yet. Pin and stitch this side down, and then this side here. Again, you'll have a tail. Don't do anything with it just yet. So it's going to look like this. Okay? Pin and stitch. Then press on both sides. Then open it up and press again. Now your seams, you want to make sure your seams are going out away from the center of the block. See here? They're going out that way. Then, now you're going to trim this off. So take your ruler, line it up on the block, and then, trim it off, okay? Then it should look like this. So do it on both sides. Then take your other two triangles, place them on top. Again, you're going to have little tails sticking out. That's okay. Center it. Do the other side. Line it all up. Pin and stitch it down 1/4 inch. Press both sides. Then open it up and then press on the front. Now, make sure the seams are going out away from the center of the block. Okay, so now your block is going to look like this. You see these little tails, okay? Now we're going to square up the block. So I'm going to show you how to square your block up. It helps if you have a square ruler. Really does. Otherwise, it's really hard to square up a block. What I did was I want my block to be 12.5 inches. So I divided that by 2, and my center of the block is going to be 6.25 inches. So place some tape on the 6.25 inch line going this way, and the 6.25 inch line going this way. Then you're going to take those lines and put them on the 4 corners, okay? So lay it on there, get it lined up. Then with your rotary cutter, you're going to cut only 2 sides right now. You're going to cut this side and then this side. Okay, so you've got 2 sides cut off right now. Now, let me show you what your next step is. You're going to cut the other side, but right now this is the 2 sides I just cut off, this one here. Take this corner and you're going to bring it around to here. Okay, so you're going to flip your corners. So this is my 2 sides I just cut. They're now on the opposite side of the table. Take your ruler again and you're going to mark on the 12.5 inch lines this way and this way. And you're going to put it on the cut sides of the block, the sides you cut already, okay? Once you've got it all lined up, now you're going to cut your last 2 sides. And that's how you square up a block. And it's going to look like this, okay? Isn't that pretty? Now the next video, I'm going to show you how to take this really cute block, I just love it, and show you how to turn it into a pillow that looks like this. It's a little bit larger block, whoops, lost hold of it. A little bit larger block, but I'll show you how to square it up into a bigger block. But what's unique about this pillow is that it is, let me get this out of the way, a slip cover. See? The pillow forms in there. What's neat about slip covers, if you have lots of children and pets around the house, they get things dirty. You're able to just pop that pillow form out, wash your slip cover, and you can put it right back on. Really a great idea when you have a lot of people in the house. So, to keep informed on all my future videos, click on subscribe. It's that big bold word down there near the bottom of the YouTube screen. Click on that and YouTube will prompt you for your email address. Enter that information and the next time I have a new video that comes out, they will send you an email with a big button inside. You click on that and it'll take you directly to my latest video. And also to get a list of all of my videos that I have on YouTube, go to the Sewing Room channel homepage and you can see all the videos that I've done. I'm Cheryl. I'm really glad you came to my sewing room. See you next time and happy sewing.